Good morning. It's 9 a.m. I know, gay people, and it's 9 a.m., but this is something new. I'm going to talk about LGBTQ plus stuff and get our week started right. So get a cup of Joe. I love me some Joe. I know you gay boys love Joe too because he's hot, right? Yeah, you watch him work out at the gym, don't you? Yes, you do. All right, we've got some things to talk about. It's going to be a great week.
Gay boys, hashtag that girl. Sunbeams, drag queens, L-word. Is that girl the girl of all our dreams? She's everything that every girl should be. Aqua, South Beach, hashtag that girl. Pride-filled, tea-dance, Wilton. Is that girl Latina, but she's universal too? If you find a girl to love, only one girl to love, then she'll be that girl too. That girl.
Good morning, LGBTQ plus South Florida. This is the first gay weekly morning TV show in the world, and I'm FayWhat. I am all about our community, and I want to talk about our interesting world. We have people to meet, we have events to attend, and it's time to plan out our week. You may have noticed that, honk honk, I'm a girl. We like to call it a lesbian. And you may have also noticed that we don't rule the gay boy world yet. But that's okay, because I'm a gay boy too. So as the FayWhat show develops, you are going to agree with me. Everyone in the L, the G, the B, the T, and the Q community have more in common than the things that separate us. I'll be here with special friends every Monday at 9 a.m. to start your week off right. And I'll be inviting special guests and other friends to make our time together lots of fun. Next, gay boys. I am one of those lesbians that adores my gay boys. I can't live without them. But let's face it, this is an LGBTQ plus show at 9 in the morning. You know they're asleep. So if I want the gay boy perspective, I have to go to where they're at this time of the morning. This segment is called Gay Boys Sleep Late. Where else to fish for them than while they're still in bed? This morning we're joined by my guy pal, my boy, model and performer, Damien Lenore. You can find him on Instagram at Return of Babylon. So let's get in bed with Damien as gay boys sleep late. Good morning, Damien.
Good morning, Faye.
Oh, I love this little Clark Kent thing you got going on there. ¿Qué es eso?
I can actually see what's going on now. So.
Wow, so usually when I come in bed with you, you can't even tell what I look like. I thought that was just because I'm a lesbian and you're not interested.
You have like the RuPaul filter on, the Vaseline on the screen kind of thing going.
The RuPaul filter. Wow. Well, good morning, Damien. So I know that you usually go to the gym early in the morning, and I heard a little bird told me that you haven't been able to go to the gym in the last week.
It's been a couple days. Yeah.
We should do a little booby exercise right now. Go for it. Ba, 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 ba. 3, 2, 1, 1, 2, 3.
They
2,
still
3.
work.
1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Cardio, cardio, cardio.
Where's my tassels?
Love it. There's your exercise. Ja, you don't need any more cardio, right? Right. So there are a lot of interesting things that we were all talking about this week in the LGBTQ plus community. Damien, let's kiki on some of them right now.
Let's go.
All right. We got to start off with a tough one, with a heavy one. Don't say gay passes.
Yeah.
I know. Civil rights commentators suggest this is the greatest attack on the LGBTQ plus community since the police-inspired riots at the Stonewall Inn during that hot summer of June 1969. It's a very, very sad time for the LGBTQ plus community. What are we all talking about? Like, what does this mean? Like, when you heard that "Don't Say Gay" passed, what did you feel?
It's a huge, huge, huge step backward.
Is that what you feel? Yeah.
Absolutely. And it's dangerous to kids that are growing up and feeling like they need to keep themselves a secret. It's really sad.
I just keep on I just didn't think this was going to pass. You know, I guess maybe I just still believe in humanity or something like that. You know, it's like, you know, they're constantly saying, oh, this is just, you know, the parents protecting the kids. And
from what though? Protecting them from what? From
talking about sex in schools. I mean, don't you think that like when you're like, you know, a kid and people talk about love between parents, that's kind of sexually driven in a way, you know? I mean, but more than that, you don't talk about anything sexually driven from kindergarten to third grade.
And you can discuss sexuality and gender identity without discussing sex in like a hardcore way. You know, it's like to let people know, like let kids know, like you're okay the way you are.
You're
it doesn't.
okay.
It's and they're not going to get that now.
You're
and it's
perfect
really
how you
sad.
are. I feel unseen. Like I feel like for as happy as I was when Biden took office, and I felt that like he mentioned trans at every speech, you know, and it was
Yeah.
like, wow, we're at the table, Damien,
Yeah.
you know, we're sitting down for this. And then this passes and I don't feel seen again. I don't feel, I feel like we've taken steps back, you know, and
We're being erased
we're being silenced.
and thrown back into the closet, and it's discouraging to people who would feel comfortable coming out. Now they're going to feel less comfortable.
Do the gays care? Do you think the gays care?
I mean, it's really discouraging.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
and
You know that I just told a friend of mine about this. Like had no idea, and she has no children. Okay, but I was surprised that she didn't. She's like, "What? Oh, the teachers won't be able to say that. Are you serious? No, that's not going to pass." I'm like, "Yeah, that is what's going on right now.
Yeah.
There are so many people in the LGBTQ plus community that just have no idea. You know, where it's like unless it's at your door, then you just kind of like don't care,
yeah.
and that's super sad."
Yeah.
Super sad. So like what happens now? Like do the protests continue? Do we stop spending our money in certain places? Do we just go back in the closet like you said?
Well, one of the strongest powers any of us has is where we choose to spend our money. That's like, you can really stick it to people by saying, I'm not going to support this, I'm not going to support
So
that.
I'm gonna just move out of Florida then.
I mean, oh, and I just got comfortable here too. You know? What a
I
shame.
finally started getting all my Amazon deliveries, you know? My neighbors stopped getting all of them, and now I'm gonna have to move out of Florida. Listen, for
Address
folks that are not in Florida, pray for us.
Nice knowing y'all. Nice knowing y'all.
Damien, have you seen let's talk about something better, okay?
Okay.
Have you seen the new Batman yet?
I have not.
Okay, so you know that Robert Pattinson. That's his name. I always think of Paddington Bear. Pattinson.
Oh,
okay.
I love Paddington
I
Bear.
love Paddington Bear too. So Robert Pattinson, the vampire-loving magical wizard that was killed by Voldemort. There has been some criticism saying that the new Batman movie is too woke, like overly political and very progressive. So my question to you is like, do we want our caped crusader to fight supervillains or the radical right-wing villains that we live with on a daily basis? Like, what are we all talking about? What do you think?
I mean, those are the real-life supervillains, you know?
Are the DeSantises of the world
Yeah.
and the Putins of the world?
Yeah. Those are like the real monsters that real superheroes would be fighting against. But it's kind of like, I don't know. I don't mind an allegory in a movie that kind of like nods to current events and stuff that's happening. If it's done in like a creative way that makes you think.
Yeah.
If it's like this super transparent allegory that it feels like you're being spoon-fed information, I think that's kind of boring.
I get it. But you know, I haven't seen all the Batmans, so don't kill me, right? And like sporadically, like there's been so many different ones. I could remember Michael Keaton.
Yeah, that's my favorite one.
Was he?
Yeah.
That was one of my favorites, and I loved when they had Poison Ivy, right? Because it was very
Absolutely.
campy,
Absolutely.
and
I
it was
love
very
that.
us. I loved it, and there was a lot of colors and stuff like that.
She was a whole drag queen in that movie.
She really was.
Absolutely. I
right?
was so there for
like,
it.
That was like my favorite part. But then it started getting dark.
Yeah.
Then all of a sudden, Batman got like mean and like just dark, and I don't know if that was something that I wanted my caped crusader to be, you know?
I feel like comic book movies, like somewhere along the line, they started taking themselves like really, really seriously. And what makes comics fun is like, in my opinion, the like campiness and the silliness of that, you know?
Yeah, I got you. But Batman's still hot. We can both agree on that.
Yeah.
All right.
I
good.
liked when they put the nipples on the suit. That's what did it for me.
The nipples on the suit. Can you just imagine Damien licking the nipples on the suit of Batman?
I can.
Okay, I'll give you a
absolutely
moment to
can.
imagine that. Yeah. All right. Meta and Facebook's chief operating officer, Sheryl Sandberg, said this week, no two countries run by women would ever go to war. She suggests that it's toxic masculinity. Meanwhile, we are heading to $5 a gallon gasoline. And we wonder if LGBTQ America will accept the consequences here at home to stand for democracy abroad. What are we all talking about? I gotta agree with her though. Like, as a woman, we're just more softer, we're more tender, we're more balanced most of the time. that if these two countries were led by women, I don't think that we would be at war. Do you agree or disagree with that?
Yeah, I don't disagree with that.
Really? Okay, I thought for sure you were going to be like, yeah, no, because men can be sensible too.
No, it feels very like pissing match a lot of the time.
Like whose pee-pee's bigger?
Very that, yeah, very that. And but I mean, like we haven't had the opportunity to really know yet.
Yeah. Yeah, but that $5 a gas thing. Okay, so let me tell you, my wife, love her. She bought me this beautiful big lesbian 4Runner. Okay, and so I'm driving around town like, yeah, I could just go right over a Prius. Yeah, right. So super excited,
car,
super butch, right? Because I have to feel butch every once in a while because I'm femme 99% of the time, right? So love my car. Can't afford to fill it up right now. I can't afford it. It costed me $80 to fill it up. Okay, last week, and that was last week. So that's going to go up. So now I'm driving a little CHR, and it's very sad because I don't look as pretty on it.
I'm sure you still look just as beautiful.
No, I don't. But this is what we're gonna go. This is what we're gonna go through, and it's gonna get worse. Like this is what's going on. So we are saying basically that we're not gonna take the oil from Russia, right? So this is gonna affect us, and this is why our oil and our gasoline is gonna be more expensive. Are we okay with paying $5-6 a gallon for gasoline because this is what is happening abroad and we want to stand up for democracy? Or would we rather not get involved there and go back to paying $3-something a gallon for gasoline?
I feel like if we're going to support something, we have to support it all the way. And there is always going to be like a negative side effect to something that's happening. But if we really believe in the cause that we're supporting, we have to suffer through the consequences of that cause that we're supporting.
Yeah, we've been through stuff before.
Yeah.
We've been through, we've never been through a pandemic and something like this, but I think we can make it through, you know, while still being true to ourselves and not being horrible human beings.
Sometimes we have to make sacrifices.
And right now is definitely the time where a lot of us will be making abundant amount of sacrifices.
Yeah.
So is there a gay test to prove that you're gay? Here's Damien, boys. Are you interested? You're gay. I just had my own FayWhat gay test and you passed, all right? But I think I might be gay too because I would too. So this week Andy Cohen tried and no body fluids were exchanged, so it was the ultimate in safe sex as he asked Colton Underwood 9 questions to test his grasp of the gay culture, okay? I don't think he did too well, but what are we all talking about? Do you know who Colton Underwood is?
He's the Bachelor guy.
The Bachelor guy, yes. So this fool, sorry, I don't mean to call you a fool, so my apologies. This gentleman won The Bachelor. Then he started stalking the chick, right? He got in trouble for stalking her after it didn't work out anymore. Then he decides to come out as gay, gets paid a buttload, pun intended, buttload amount of money to do this docuseries about his coming out and about his journey and about how difficult it is in middle America and being white and his parents and all this and all that. A couple of months later, there's an Instagram post that he is now engaged to be married. Like, I thought he was a lesbian. I mean, once I saw them, I was like, wait, he's only been with this guy for like 3 or 4 months. That was
quick.
That was pretty quick. You ever moved in with somebody that quick?
Actually, yes.
You did?
Yes, I did.
You had a lesbian moment? I think all gay boys have a lesbian moment, just to let you guys know. Yeah. And
I mean, it didn't work out.
it didn't work out.
Oh, no, I didn't mean to do that.
Why did she? And even Luna knows not to move in after 2 months, right, Luna? That's it. All right. How can you say no to this face? So next, the immoral majority, Liberty University. Hypocrisy all had another blow this week. You get the joke. Jerry Falwell Jr.'s Pool Boys sex scandal is being made into a limited TV series, and the rumors are wild. What are we all talking about? Did you know about this story before we talked about it today?
A little bit. A little bit.
So Jerry Falwell, TV evangelist, 90s, big crazy man, and so it's his son that also followed in the footsteps in more ways than one of his father. And then so him and his wife had this love affair with the pool boy at the Fontainebleau, who is another hottie. So they would go there, and supposedly Jerry Falwell Jr. would only watch as this boy would have some fun time with his wife. I think he took part of it. I think he was, they had a little thing going on there at the Fontainebleau. I don't know.
There's a word for that, right?
What?
Like for if you just sit there and watch your wife.
Voyeur?
Or a cuck. A cuck.
Wait a minute. Say that again. A what?
Cuck.
Oh, a cuck.
A cuck.
How do you spell that?
C-U-C-K.
You sure it's a U?
I'm pretty sure.
Okay, that's what. Okay, so I'm a cuck.
We're learning vocabulary words
You
today.
teach me stuff every week. Like I'm gonna.
Absolutely.
If I run home to my wife and say I'm a cuck,
Is she gonna know what that means?
I don't know. She's smarter than me,
But now
so
you can
maybe.
teach
But I don't
her.
know. But maybe I could teach her, and I'll show her.
We're learning together.
Word.
I love it.
Wow, it's just a cuck kind of time. We need this next story. Mental health is the dirty little secret often kept in the closet, and it flares up again this week as the Wendy Williams saga continues. So multiple sources say that she plans an all-out battle, including to fight dirty against Sherry Shepherd, who's going to take over her show, supposedly. What are we all talking about? Are you a fan
Of Wendy Williams?
of Wendy Williams? How you do?
I mean, she's funny. I think she's funny. I think she's mean. She's been mean about a lot of. I mean, that's kind of her job, I guess, is to be like shady and mean. She's like a talk show person, but I wouldn't say that I'm like a fan of hers. You know.
Okay. Well, so I was in radio for 12 years in New York, so she was on BLS, and she was like one of my mentors. And like she saw me in the hallway and like didn't even acknowledge my presence. You know, like so. I get it. You know, a diva can be a diva, but I still looked up to her. Like, I love that she had started from nothing and was in the radio business and then got her own talk show and made it successful. But mental health is a real thing.
Of course.
Okay?
Absolutely.
And as you and I both know, because we're both in recovery, you know, addiction is a real thing.
Absolutely.
And she had to fight both those demons, among other ailments that she's got going on. So she walked off the show a couple of months, I guess last year sometime. And for the last 8 months, they've been having different people as guest hosts. All kinds of different people. I think Leah Remini and Michelle Visage were actually my favorite two that were hosting for a while.
Love Michelle Visage.
I love Michelle Visage too. And they did the show. I was hoping that they'd give them the show, to be completely honest, because they did so great. So they decided to give it to Sherry Shepherd, and Wendy Williams is like, oh, hell no. No, I don't even think she's funny. Like, so she's saying that she's going to fight to the end to make sure that Sherry Shepherd doesn't get her show.
More will be revealed.
More will be revealed.
Stay tuned.
Stay tuned. Dolly Parton, got your attention.
There we go.
Kelly Clarkson, drop mic. That's what happened at the Academy of Country Music Awards, and it was hosted in Las Vegas. Dolly was the host and honored for achievement, and host Kelly Clarkson sang an amazing version of Dolly's I Will Always Love You, that even Whitney Houston would have yelled, Bobby! We would play it for you, but Damien and I are too scared of Dolly and Kelly too, so, and they would literally probably pull you out of bed and kick your little beautiful ass.
I don't want that.
I kind of would like to see that. What is it? How do you say it? Cuck.
The cuck.
I'd like to, I'm back to cuck. No, but I would watch them beat your ass. Yeah, whatever. Sorry, I'm from the hood.
If they ever come to kick my ass, I'll call you and you can come.
I could film that. That would go viral.
I'd be honored.
Can you imagine Dolly Parton beating you with her titties? Can you just imagine that?
I kind of can.
I'd like that. Okay, let's go back. I digress. So, what are we all talking about? I love country music. You know that it's weird. I know I'm Latina and I love country music, but I love Dolly Parton. I love Whitney. I miss Whitney Houston, and the fact that they both. First of all, let's put it this way. I was a huge fan of the Whitney Houston song, and I had no idea that it originally was recorded by the icon Dolly Parton for the Little Whorehouse movie. Do you know that she did a whorehouse movie?
Yes.
But Best Little Whorehouse in Texas, I think it was called. Best Little Whorehouse in South Beach. Where was it? Where was the whorehouse? It was somewhere. New York, Texas, Manhattan, somewhere. But that was what the song was for. And then Whitney Houston made it huge. And, you know, it never goes that you go to karaoke and somebody thinks they could sing that damn song. Okay? And nobody can sing that damn song. That song is very difficult. But you know what? Kelly killed it. Kelly Clarkson did it.
She can sing. She really can sing.
She can sing.
Yeah.
Like, she is incredible. I even watch her show sometimes, and it's interesting. It's not as good as the FayWhat show, just to let you know, in case you're watching. Next up, Damien, we are gay. God, we're so gay. Like, I think we get gayer by the moment. And I love that.
Me too.
Unless somebody shuts us up. But that's not going to happen anytime soon. So let's talk about some fun things that will help get us through the week. The radical religious crazy call it queer as a negative. Our governor, Ron DeSantis, calls it don't say gay. At the FayWhat show, we call it the gay agenda. So Steve Sondheim's Tony Award-winning Side by Side by Sondheim comes to the Arts Center on Thursday, March 17th with a run through April 10th. For more information and tickets at artscenter.org. The Gay Agenda. What do we love about this? Everything.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Everything. Sondheim wrote like just all the best songs for all the best musicals like ever.
He's
Gypsy,
a legend. A legend.
Gypsy.
Into the Woods. Sweeney Todd.
West Side Story. What else? A bunch
The
more.
list goes on and on.
The list goes on and on. But if you're a musical head, and you know, so many of us in the LGBTQ plus community just love musicals because we could just see ourselves in them. You know,
the drama.
The drama. Es que no.
Very that.
Right? On stage with like colorful costumes.
That's
like,
me
what
in my
more?
house. That's
right?
me.
That
I drop
is you
something
at
in
your
the house. Oh my God, very that.
That is
you.
you.
Know? I can't.
I can't.
I need to lay down now.
I can't. But so all his songs, like on a stage for us to enjoy, I think that's going to be a wonderful time. It starts on St. Patrick's Day, so people might be a little bit too. Well, no, you sing better when you're drunk. Some people sing better when they're drunk. So
Well, they think they do.
they think they see that's the key. Then that's when they go sing the Whitney Houston song, and then they make us want to leave the place. That's what happens.
I love all these little full circle moments we're having today. One thing like leads into the next.
So go. I think this will be a great show at the Arts Center. I think that sounds fantastic. I definitely want to go see it.
Yeah, it does sound really good.
Now, check this next thing up. I don't know how good this is going to sound, okay? Community celebrities, lip syncing, the charity needs for Florida AIDS Walk. Combine them together and you have a fun event at Celebrity Lip Sync Battle at Hunter's Nightclub in Wilton Manors. Thursday, March 17th at 6:30 p.m. More information and tickets are on Facebook. The Gay Agenda. What do we love about this? Have you ever been to this before? I think they've been doing it for a couple of years.
I haven't, but
Okay.
I've been hearing about it,
Uh-huh.
and I will absolutely 100% be there to see this.
What did you hear? Did you hear it was good?
I just hear that it's going to be some people that I know also are going to be lip syncing, and it's a battle.
Wow. Okay.
So for like a Drag Race super fan to watch people get up there and battle it out and lip sync, that is like 100% my cup of tea.
Wow. Well, it's local celebrities, the people that do stuff for our community. A friend of the show, Elimination, is one of the gentlemen on it, and he's like a leather daddy. So I can't wait to
Love
see like what he comes up with because he's just so talented. And just him walking down Wilton Manors, it's like a show. You know, so I can just imagine what he's going to do on stage. Our friend Tony Lima is also going to be on the show. And supposedly he's got this beautiful, Amazonic, tall lesbian chick that's going to be with him.
Really? Mm-hmm. What does she look like?
Me! It's me!
Absolutely.
It's
that's
me.
awesome.
And I'm not going to spoil it and say what we're going to sing because I have no idea yet. No, because I'm not going to spoil it. But it's going to be a lot of fun. And it's all for a good cause. So I think we're going to have a lot of fun. So March 17th, you're going to want to be, if you're in South Florida, you're going to want to be at Hunter's.
Be there or be square.
Be there or be square. Next, Deborah Cox, my gay buddy, my friend, my family, Kitty Meow as host on the main stage. AHF, The Beach in March, and raising money for AIDS charities and LGBTQ plus community services. That, Damien, is called a Grand Slam. Oh, I know, Papi. I know, Papi. You're a gay boy, so you have no idea what the hell I just said. That's a sports metaphor. Yeah. That's
It's a
when,
good thing,
that's
right?
when, like, you know, a player is on first, second, and third, and then somebody hits a home run, and then all four of them go in. And I know that you're surprised that I even know that.
See, I'm bored already, and we were just...
Well, so this is going to be awesome. Last year, more than $1 million was raised.
It's amazing.
And we can't wait for the return after pandemic. More information at FloridaAIDSWalk.com. The Gay Agenda. What do we love about this?
It's an amazing thing.
Yeah.
It's an amazing, amazing thing. And the vibe when you go there is just like everybody loving on everybody and
Yeah.
just supporting and fighting
Because
for the community.
it's all the big organizations that love and support and advocate for us that are all there. So you get to see who's fighting for us, and I think that that's beautiful. Last year it was Little Kim up on stage and Trina, and they killed it. They were amazing, and because it was still like a pandemic time, we were in pods while we saw the show, okay? But I was so happy just to be outside with chosen family that it didn't matter that I was wearing a mask and it was like 80 degrees.
It was hot that day.
It didn't matter.
Yeah.
And I was twerking or attempting to twerk or whatever. This year is going to be Deborah Cox, who can do no wrong, Jessie J. It's going to be an incredible time.
That's awesome.
It's going to be badass. Make sure that you check us out there. Well, it's what we will all be talking about this week and the events that we want to attend. I got to thank my brother, Mr. Damien Lenore, for getting up early for the FayWhat show. And remember to make sure to follow him on Instagram at Return of Babylon. I know how hard it is for you in the morning, Papi, because gay boys sleep late. Love you.
I love you.
I will see you next week.
Absolutely. Looking
Thank you
forward
for
to
leaving
it.
the door open. You know, a little coffee over there would be fine for me too. I'll drink it cold.
Okay.
Okay.
I'll leave
all
you
right?
some next time.
Okay, Papi. I'll see you next week.
Okay.
The FayWhat show is filmed at our permanent set at the Happening Out television studios on the campus of Sunshine Cathedral, the world's largest queer church. Happening Out broadcasts a live Sunday services every week at 10:30 a.m. as part of that partnership. Sunshine Cathedral is my queer church. Watch this.
Hi, I'm Raji Narayan Singh, transgender activist, author, spiritualist, actress, and reality TV personality. And Sunshine Cathedral is my queer church.
Is our community important to you? If it is, I hope you will share this experience. Please like the FayWhat show on YouTube or Facebook. And huge news, you should be watching the FayWhat show on broadcast television. In addition to social media platforms, you can tune in right now on Roku, Apple TV, Google TV, or Amazon Fire TV. I want you to support me in this endeavor. Let's welcome my guest, Peter Bisuito, an internationally known comedian, writer, producer, director, and actor, and knitter. Selling out shows in 5 countries. Oh, crochet.
I'm not that gay. I crochet, I don't knit.
Pretty gay, bro.
Yeah, I know.
Pretty gay.
I know.
So he's selling out shows in 5 countries, including his 2 sold-out shows at the Broward Center for the Performing Arts in Fort Lauderdale. 2 years ago, he created and wrote a pilot episode to a new sitcom called Vent and Chester, which went on to win a bunch of awards at film festivals. Unfortunately, the freaking pandemic shut it down. So Peter decided to rewrite the script into a 2-act play. He's also a huge advocate, which is why I love Mr. Peter. Until I found out this, I didn't like him so much. He's a huge advocate for dog rescues and uses his new YouTube video podcast called Ask a Naked Guy Crocheting to raise money in rescuing dogs from slaughterhouses in China. Welcome, Peter.
Hi, FayWhat. How are you? I'm crocheting, so I'm really good.
I see.
Yeah. Isn't
Do
this
you
fun?
ever get your penis stuck in there?
I've crocheted penis cozies.
Oh, there's
So-
such a thing as penis cozies. I need to
there
get
are
one
now.
for all my gay boys.
Okay.
Oh, so let's start off with my big funny Peter.
Yeah.
Okay, and the Ask a Naked Guy Crocheting idea.
Yeah.
Where did that all come from? I mean, I know that Peter is like another way to say pee-pee.
Yeah, it's slang for penis.
It is slang for penis.
I stepped on stage for the very first time as a stand-up comedian 10 years ago, and the name of my show was My Big Funny Peter, because I'm big,
Okay.
I'm funny, and my name is Peter, so you can interpret it any other way you want.
Okay.
But I just thought that was kind of a cool brand name, so it
I
just
like
kind of
it.
stuck with me. So I have the website, mybigfunnypeter.com, and it just kind of evolved from there.
I like that.
Yeah, yeah.
So you're big, funny, gay Peter.
My Big Funny Peter.
Mine.
You don't have to say gay. People already automatically know that.
By the hairy chest. Does this bother you that a lesbian is touching your chest
No,
like
it'll
this?
cost you $10 though.
Do I need a tetanus shot after this? I guess I need to know. So these are some of the items that you are selling to help the doggies, right?
Yes. This is all on my website, nakedguycrocheting.com. So I used the show that I created a little over a year ago now because it was during the pandemic.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So my whole world shut down. So I said, well, what can I do?
You know, everybody's world.
Well, yeah, but I don't care about them. But I wanted to continue to make people laugh and entertain people, so I thought of this show that I can do out of the comfort of my own studio. I have a studio at home, and I use it not only to make people laugh and continue to entertain people, but raise money for dog rescue. I
Yeah.
love dogs are better than people, so we have to We have to raise money for them.
I have to agree with that. So
Yeah.
tell us a little bit about what's going on in China with the slaughterhouses. What
Well,
is? I mean,
China-
every once in a while, like I'll see like a news story or something will pop up on a feed, but not really know too much about what that entails.
Well, I mean, basically, what we do to cows, chickens, and pigs here, they do to dogs out there.
Eat
They
them?
eat them, but they don't just.
Like my Luna? Like they
well,
eat them?
so the Chinese believe that, well, first of all, there's no animal protection rights in any of the Asian countries. You can do whatever you want to an animal, you can't get in trouble. So there's this whole, industry where people are not only killing the dogs, because the Chinese believe that the more fear and pain a dog experiences, I'm gonna cry.
No, it's okay. I'm gonna cry.
The more pain and fear a dog experiences, the better their meat tastes, because the adrenaline flows through the muscles and it makes the meat taste better. So not only are these dogs killed, but they are tortured for months before they're killed. And then they're sold. Every year they have what's called a Yulin Dog Meat Festival, where tens of thousands of dogs are released from these warehouses that they have been sitting in for months, tortured, and people will just kill them in the streets.
That's horrible.
It's what's going on in China.
I think I'd move to Russia first.
So I'm just, with my little dog and pony show here, I'm trying to make a difference. We haven't raised that much money, but every little bit helps.
Every little bit helps.
Absolutely. So.
And have you always been a dog lover?
Oh my God, are you kidding? I love dogs.
I rescue dogs like on a daily basis.
Yeah,
So this is just such a wonderful thing that you do. So somebody can go on your website right now and buy one of these bad boys.
Yeah.
This is the one I'm gonna buy.
Yeah, these are great stuff. If you donate $100 or more, you get a free scarf.
Woohoo!
This one.
And I love the patriotic one.
Isn't that fun?
Like I love this.
Isn't
This
it
is so
fun?
cool.
And some
This
of
is one
them-
of the many that you can get if you want to go on his
and
website and grab one.
some of these like they have a hat, but they have the scarf that matches. Like this one. You can
And if
buy
I
this as a
want
set.
the penis cover, the penis koozie, sorry, that matches
Well,
it.
I have
because
I have to make those specifically because each penis is a different size. So.
Oh, okay.
This is my favorite scarf.
So like if it was for your pee-pee, then it would be, you would need a big one like this?
Google me.
I asked. These are things like, how would I know, like, okay, like I've got like 10 gay boys. So how would I know which size to buy them?
You have to send me a mold.
I can just imagine my gay boys right now are like, I'll send him a mold. He's hot.
Send me a
Daddy.
picture. Send me a picture with like a dollar bill next to it. So
Oh
I
my
know.
God. So you just finished up a show, The Vet in Chester.
Yes.
Right?
Oh my
so
God.
how did that go?
Oh
Let's
my
talk about
God.
that because if I cry some more over the dogs, I'm going to kill you. These lashes are expensive.
So the show started out as a sitcom, and it won some awards at film festivals, but then it was shut down. So during the pandemic, I decided to rewrite it into a 2-act play, which I did, and we performed it last holiday season.
Mm-hmm.
I funded the whole thing, which was not a lot of money. So we kind of performed it at a church, and it was kind of an amateur version of the show, but
people loved it.
People
I heard you had
loved
standing
it.
O's and
Every
everything.
night,
And I don't
standing
mean
ovation.
orgasms. I mean ovations. Yeah.
Well, the standing ovations were giving me orgasms.
Woo!
So, it went over really well. So now that the show is over the past couple of months, I've actually devised a business plan on how the show can make millions of dollars. It's a solid business plan.
Okay.
So I'm looking for backers or people who want to invest in the show. It would cost about $100,000 to $150,000 to launch my idea. But the return on investment could be millions. And
Do
I've
you
got
hear
a
this?
solid business plan to do so.
This could be the next Rent.
Yeah, yes, it can. Yes, it can. So if you have $150,000 and you want to turn it into millions, contact me.
Seriously. What's the premise of the show?
Oh, God, the plot is so thick.
And how did you go from a sitcom, like a 30-minute to a 2-act? Like, was that difficult in doing
the show's
two?
about an hour and 45 minutes, but I wrote the whole thing myself. I don't know how to answer that question, sweetie. It's just the idea just came to me. I come from a theater background. That's my home.
Do you sing?
Like I sing, but it's
not well.
It's my weakest talent. I was in musical theater for years, but it was mostly because of my physical comedy, my dancing. I was a very talented dancer back then. But my singing, my weakest talent. But
What's your best talent?
I'm in bed, aren't I? This is my best talent.
Peter's so dirty.
I have a lot of talents, but no, I mean, so that's why I just decided to bring it home, to rewrite it into a 2-act play, because that really is my
passion.
my passion is live
Yeah.
theater. So
I think it's going to work.
and it was the best idea. Like, it was a really great idea, and I'm glad I did it. And I just need to go forward with it. It's a great show. It's about 2 middle-aged men, gay men, living in Fort Lauderdale as roommates. It's sort of like The Odd Couple meets Laverne and Shirley.
I love that.
But there's a really thick plot. There's a big twist at the end of Act 1 that nobody expects.
They all die.
No.
Oh, no.
And then there's another twist in the middle of Act 2 that nobody expects, and then there's a surprise ending. So there's just, the audience is constantly on the edge of their
feet.
seat.
Yeah, I love that.
It's a great show.
And you know how we are in the LGBTQ plus community. Like, if you don't get our attention, we let you know real quick.
Yeah. Well, we
You
were
know.
getting a lot of great comments on Facebook and all that kind of stuff. So here's the thing, sweetie. I'm my biggest critic. Like, it takes a lot for me to impress myself. Okay, I'm not one of these people that does something and think everything that I do is great. On the contrary, I'm very hard on myself. I said hard on.
You sit hard on in my bed.
But the play event in Chester, I know with every fiber of my being that is a great show that can go on to do much bigger things.
So I know that you say that you don't like to be thought of as a writer. That you write your shows, but like, how do you like to be referred as like the creator of it all?
Well, who said I didn't like to be referred as the writer?
Oh, I read somewhere that you didn't want to be that's not is like your main thing.
Well, I mean, I just consider myself a jack of all trades. I love writing, I love producing, I love directing, I love acting. I love it all, really. So
Just not singing.
I'd love to sing.
You just don't sing it
I just
well.
don't know.
I know,
wish
I
That's my
know.
biggest regret, is not doing the singing lessons throughout my life. I mean, I can quack out a song. It's just, it's a lot of effort.
But it's worth it. It's worth it. So let's go back to the No Dogs Left Behind.
Okay, yeah. That's the organization that I raise money for.
Okay, and
Yeah.
so they're the ones that are there with the boots down on the ground
Oh my
in
God.
China doing what others can't.
And it gets dangerous, because them killing dogs and selling their meat, that's their way of life. That's how they make their money. So now, No Dogs Left Behind, they go there and they're trying to shut down all these slaughterhouses. They're trying to shut down people's
Livelihoods.
So
Yeah.
they literally, it gets violent sometimes. They've been shot at.
What?
They've been raided by the police. Some of their shelters have been shut down. These guys are it's a war. It's what it is.
But if they're selling this meat as just like we do chicken and cow and et cetera, how does this ever get solved? It's kind of like a never-ending battle.
Well, I don't know if it's ever going to get solved, but at least in the process, tens of thousands of dogs are being rescued every year. So that's a good thing.
Yeah.
Even though it's probably, it's sort of like people from China coming here trying to tell us not to slaughter cows or pigs or chickens anymore.
We're going to be like, are you
Never going to
serious?
happen.
Like, that's not going to happen.
Never going to happen. But at least, in the meantime, we are saving thousands and thousands, and we're not. No Dogs Left Behind isn't the only organization that's doing this. I mean, there's the Humane Society. There's hundreds of organizations that are doing exactly what No Dogs Left Behind are doing. So dogs are being saved quite a bit, So.
What else can we do? What else can we do here? We could buy your stuff.
You can buy my
stuff. We can go to your website.
Go to my website, nakedguycrocheting.com. You can watch my show. It's a fun show. It really is. It's like a late night talk show. There's stand-up comedy segments. There's funny video segments. There's I have a sidekick. His name is Darren Thompson. Everybody knows Darren. He's a barber. And then there's a segment where I sit in a recliner crocheting naked while people ask me questions.
And what do they ask you about?
Oh, everything. Watch the show.
Like
it's
current
so much
events,
fun.
about yourself,
Everything they ask.
And it doesn't stop your crocheting.
No, I just continue to crochet. Like, ask me a question.
How many men did you sleep with last year?
During the pandemic? Just my husband.
That didn't stop you. How many men did you want to sleep with last year?
Oh my God. Honey, we live in Fort Lauderdale.
Would you sleep with Putin?
Would I sleep with him?
You're not supposed to answer me the question. Tell me the question back. You're supposed to just answer.
If he stopped his shit, yeah. If that's what it took for him to stop his fucking insanity, yeah, I'll take it up the ass for the team, you know. I'll take it up the ass for Ukraine. Hashtag, take it up the ass for Ukraine.
Oh, you heard it here first.
Well, come on, man. Jesus Christ, this guy's insane. I think everybody should take it up the ass to end what he's doing.
And you wouldn't be wrong.
I wouldn't be wrong.
And you wouldn't be wrong. So, Peter Bisuito, thank you so much for
And it's
being
not like it
on
would
the
hurt.
FayWhat
I mean,
show.
Putin.
It would hurt a little bit.
No, it wouldn't. Putin, please. I mean, come on.
Do you think he has a small penis?
I almost guarantee it.
Do you think that this would be enough to make
That's
his
penis
cozy? I have to ask. I mean, for measuring purposes, just so I know.
I just need a few feet of yarn for his penis cozy. That's all I need.
And we'll send it straight to Russia with love from Peter Bisuito.
And Faye.
And FayWhat?
I'm changing my brand name.
To what?
Peter, what?
It doesn't work as well.
We can be Faye and Peter, what?
I would need to get hair on my chest, and I refuse to do
Well,
that.
this is a stick-on. I can just have you borrow mine.
Peter Bisuito, thank you for being on our show. Please tell our folks again about your YouTube channel and also your website.
Subscribe to my YouTube channel, My Big Funny Peter. My website is mybigfunnypeter.com. To buy crocheted goods is nakedguycrocheting.com. And the name of my YouTube web series is Ask a Naked Guy Crocheting.
I'm definitely going to watch that.
Thank you, Faye.
Thank you so much for being in bed with me, Papito. Thank you so much.
I'm sweating my balls off.
Are
right
you?
now.
Well, I
am.
won't. So I won't rub the balls. But I will see you soon.
Bye.
We will be bringing you special interviews with interesting people to get your week started on the FayWhat Show. Before I finish, I want to tell you what I have been thinking about. Here is another segment of what I call Faye, What's on My Mind? Milestones go hand in hand with cancer, and I was diagnosed with breast cancer January 2021. I had a double mastectomy March 2021. What are milestones? Well, they're the signposts along the side of the road that show how far you've come in your cancer journey. Milestones can be the date of your cancer diagnosis, the end of chemotherapy or radiation therapy, the anniversary of surgery to treat your cancer, or monthly or annual anniversaries of having no signs at all. I have mixed emotions about milestones and anniversaries of important dates. It's like if I celebrate too big, something bad can happen. Milestones trigger a range of emotions with me, from gratitude and relief to pain and sadness to fear of the cancer coming back, honestly. One of the best ways to recognize milestones and the emotions that they trigger is to take ownership of them, and I think that that's what I need to do. The reality is that a year ago, I had breast cancer, and today, I do not. I read somewhere that you need to be cancer-free for 5 years to be a survivor. I think that that is BS. If you have had to fight any kind of cancer and live to tell about it today, you're a freaking survivor in my book, all right? Thank you to my chosen family that was there from diagnosis to surgery to recovery to today and beyond. My milestones are our milestones. Without my wife, my friends, my gay boys, oh my God, my gay boys, oh, I have orchids for days. My church and my AA crew, there's just no way that I would have made it through. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Folks, early detection is key, and yes, gay boys, breast cancer isn't just for women. So if you have a history of cancer in your family, get checked out, all right? So here's to 1 year cancer-free. Well, that's the FayWhat Show, and I am really passionate about trying to connect the L and the G in our community. It's all about the LGBTQ plus community for me, and it's often hard for us girls. If we believe that we are one strong community, then we must support all the letters of our LGBT and Q plus. Nothing, nada like this has been done before, and it's why we start with inspirations like Mary Tyler Moore. And that girl's Marlo Thomas. It's a new year, and it's been a tough 2 years. So let's be a little bit kinder, a little bit funnier, and embrace our tremendous diversity. It's what makes us so strong. Until next Monday, people, at 9 a.m. live or anytime on demand. I'm FayWhat, and I am #thatgirl. Have a great week. See you next week.
Rainbows, gay boys, #that girl. Sunbeams, drag queens, L-word is that girl, the girl of all our dreams. She's everything that every girl should be. Aqua, South Beach, #that girl. Pride-filled, tea dance, Wilton is that girl, Latina but she's you.
So, did you enjoy the show? I know you did, so make sure to click subscribe so you won't miss any of the events, news, or interviews right here on the FayWhat show. Ring the bell at the bottom of the screen, right there, so you'll be alerted every time we're live. You can also click on the Happening Out Television Network logo so you can see all of the shows on the most diverse LGBTQ+ media network. Find out just what we're doing to bring the L and the G